Okay, we are rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Get those doggies rolling.
Eat the rawhide, rawhide, rawhide.
Eat the rawhide?
Eat the rawhide, rawhide, rawhide. That's not how it goes. I'm aware, I just didn't know what it was. Dogs and rawhide, I was thinking dogs and rawhide bones.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
All right.
That's what I was thinking.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. All right, so let's address something weird. Two things weird. Number one, we posted a video yesterday, Monday, which is abnormal. We have never done that. That's not true. We have.
We have.
Typically, our videos are Tuesday through Saturday. Tuesday through Saturday.
Yeah, somebody even said a Monday video. I was prepared to see you Tuesday.
Awesome. Awesome. The reason we did that is because I forgot to post that video. That was supposed to be a Thursday video.
Yeah, it was actually, we filmed it Wednesday evening. And I had posted our Friday video that Nate filmed by himself on Friday, where he was looking for me and I was lost somewhere on the homestead. And I noticed that there were 0 views, and I'm like, how is there 0 views on our video? Like, even if they bomb, they at least get like 100 views. And I was like, huh. And so then I realized it was unlisted. And so...
Yeah, so we decided to post it on Monday. And the reason that happens is because when I edit the videos and then I upload them to YouTube, they're basically in draft form at first, and then they go into unlisted, which means that it doesn't alert you guys that it's ready to view, but it is viewable
if you have the link.
If you have the special link. And then that allows me to wait a couple hours, make sure that things are correct in it in terms of like monetization and any issues from the YouTube side. Copyright,
or there's just a lot of stuff.
There's a number of things.
There's background checks.
Yeah. And then I do that a couple hours after I upload it, and then I set it to a schedule to release at 8 o'clock the next morning. So I just forgot to check it and schedule it. So I got a tickle in my throat. I don't have any water.
I have water if you want some. Oh, it's by my feet.
Oh. So hang on one second.
Very awkward water drinking.
Tastes weird.
That's because the last batch of water had the Gatorade in it. Sorry, it was lemon lime.
That's right. Okay, and then the second weird thing is I was just cleaning up. We've been working on the house, specifically the bedroom, the master bath. And I was cleaning up out in the entryway, the south sunroom. Vacuuming, doing my thing, got my headphones on, I'm vacuuming. Do I have a piece of plastic on me?
You do.
And I noticed something out of the corner of my eye moving. So I look and nothing. Vacuum, vacuum, vacuum. I see it again and I look and it's a little mouse running around trying to figure out where to go.
Pine sol that I'm smelling then. You must pine sol.
So what I did was when I was vacuuming, since we had used that vacuum for something else previously, as I was vacuuming, I sprayed some of the air cleaner.
Lysol?
Not the Lysol. What is it that we have?
Febreze?
The Febreze. I sprayed some Febreze in it so that way it would spray out Febreze smell.
Okay.
And I think that really bothered the mouse. And so it was trying to leave, but it couldn't leave because the doors were closed. And so it was running around trying to figure out where to go. So I have to set mouse traps now, more mouse traps. And then before we came in here to record, I have a bunch of pine sol in there that I just pour onto the bricks. And because mice do not like the smell of pine sol. Supposedly, yeah. So I just poured a bunch of that. So it smells a lot like pine sol and Febreze in here.
Yeah, it's very strong smelling in here. I'm like,
it's a bit much.
This is not the scent I want my house to smell like.
No.
I mean, it smells clean.
It does smell very clean. It's very nice. Let's see if I can turn on the little fan. Get a little breeze going.
Airflow going.
Did you hear that?
I did. It was this.
I don't think it was.
I think it was.
I got mice sound going in my head. So, Katie had Friday and today off, so it's been a 4-day
Ooh.
workapalooza.
Non-workapalooza.
Well, homestead.
Yeah.
Homestead palooza. Homestead workapalooza.
Really?
Well, I don't know what else to call it. So anyway, it's been busy.
It has been busy. Yeah, so I have been getting lots of orders for chickens. And I know that I said I was going to only do like 3 more hatches this year, and I still do plan to try to keep it that way the best that I can. I might do some small batches if I have small requests. But I'm collecting eggs this week, and they will go in the incubator on Friday. So it'll be a mid to late June hatch, and the chicks will be available depending on if people want pullets or straight runs, either the end of June or mid-July. So that's nice. And then I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, 2 goslings hatched today.
Yep.
We have our last goslings of the year because they're no longer laying eggs. So we have 2 that just hatched today. And I know I have customers who I've been getting requests in for them if I still have them. So I'm kind of torn. We have to watch the trail cams because we have one broody mama that's not giving up, and she will not. The 2 Chinese, they are not, even though the eggs keep going away, they keep sitting. And so they just hatched today. So if we look at the trail cams,
I pulled the trail cams, so they're in the house.
So I'm debating just instead of selling them, just putting them under the mamas and letting them try to raise them, because broody hens that don't get a hatch break my heart.
Yeah.
It's like they've been sitting for so long on nothing, like duck eggs that we know aren't fertilized.
Right.
So, yeah. So I have 1 more egg that has not started pipping yet. So I'm debating putting those 2 babies underneath the mamas, and then each mama would have a baby, or they could both raise the baby together, the 2 babies together. And then if the 3rd one hatches, I could sell that 3rd one. Even though I hate selling just a single. But I have a customer who has the exact same situation that I have, where they have a broody hen that has been laying on an egg way past, and the egg didn't hatch. And so now they're trying to find somebody who has goslings this time of year that are day old. It's kind of hard.
Kind of what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh man.
Yeah. Lots of housework, more trim work, lots of painting of trim.
Yeah.
We went to Lowe's and got a bunch of boards and painting them inside and outside before I put them up.
Weather dependent.
And
size of the board dependent.
Yeah. Mostly got 8-foot boards, but then several, I think they're 12-foot boards. Didn't get any of the 16-foot boards. That would have been too. It would have been
too hard.
It would have been hard to carry those home.
Even though those would be nice for the living room, because that would make quicker work of it.
That, and there's no joint that would have to happen. Yeah, I mean, maybe I can go get one. I don't know. What else did we do? It seemed very busy. We did.
I did brooder cleanings. It was a lot of like mowing, brooder cleanings,
trash runs.
We had housework.
We
saw our friends.
That's right. We went out. Yeah, Saturday. That's right. Saturday was off the homestead day mostly.
Yeah.
We ended up going to Knoxville. There's a breakfast place called Scrambled Jake's that we've been to once before. And so we met Wilson and his wife there, and we were there for a couple hours, I would say. Good food, good company, like it was really nice. And then on the way back is Sean's. So we took a little detour and went over to Sean's. We were just gonna stay for like 15, 20 minutes to say hi. We were there for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Talking to mom and dad and
and Sean and
Holly wasn't there. She was off on a girls' retreat. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So we just got to see everyone, and then Mom is always so lovely, and she gave me some seeds, and so I've got some Margaret, yeah. So I've got some seeds to plant, some extra ones, a bunch of flowers, because we were talking about flowers, and she's like, oh, here, I have all these. And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, I want to redo Floyd's area in front on top of his grave. So I mowed it today. I'm going to put some more dirt on it because it has settled a little bit in the last year or so. I'm guessing as he's turning back into the earth.
And the soil just compresses, it just settles.
So I'm going to put some more soil on top, and then I'm going to dig up the tulips that we put in a heart, because the Hey Ladies, they ate a few of the bulbs.
Yeah.
So I'm going to dig them up so I can redo them, because I have more bulbs that I can plant. So I'm going to redo the heart, and then I'm just going to put a ton of different flowers. But I'm going to try to do a bunch of perennials so that every year it'll come up, and different stages. So the spring flowers, so the tulips will be the first thing that you see, and then going, in different variations, like some foxgloves and some other, different stages of plants, and maybe some 4 o'clocks, because 4 o'clocks, I know they're an annual. However, anyone who has had 4 o'clocks knows that they drop seeds like crazy, and if you don't do anything with them, they plant themselves the next year. So I'll probably put some of those there as well. And I just want it to be a really pretty space.
Why do they call them 4 o'clocks?
I don't know.
Oh. I was thinking like a flower that had
a clock
on it, and it was like the arms were at the 4.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think if they have 4 petals or if it's 3, because they're a tiny flower. I mean, they're not like a big flower. My mom used to have them. So I grew up with peonies and 4 o'clocks. They were like the 2 flowers that my mom had right off her back porch, or her back deck, I guess. So you'd walk out the back of the house. My dad had built this huge deck, and you go down the stairs. There was 2 big peony bushes, and then everything else was 4 o'clocks. And so I just remember that in the back of the house being, just growing up, that's just what it was. Now that deck is long
Are they
gone.
on a cartoon, like a Bambi cartoon, or like they're like these little tiny things with, and then there's this cartoon where there's like these little flowers that talked, and
I have no idea.
having in my head, I don't know what the
I wasn't big into cartoons,
what the show
so
was.
I'm not sure.
Or maybe not a cartoon, but like a movie cartoon, like one of those Disney animated. Anyway.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. So what else? Like Sunday we did chores, lots and lots of chores.
Yeah, you helped me with the feed and the waters for all of them. And then since I'm collecting the eggs, it's a pretty frequent. We've got so many broody hens right now. I've got 3 of my 6 black Australorp are broody. They're all in a nesting box together. And so I'm gonna have to put another nesting box up there because I need to collect some black Australorp eggs from the 3 that aren't broody. The 2 salmon faverals we shared with y'all, I think in the last video, 2 of them have babies. And then our 3 bantam cochins have babies. And then try to think if there's anyone else. It just seems like every time I turn around, there's another broody hen. I know somebody commented about Kinsley being on the bed and us having bed jammies. And she's not allowed in the sheets. Like, she's not allowed underneath the cover.
Yeah.
The cover is okay, like, to have day clothes. We try not to, if we've been working heavily with chickens or anything, we definitely don't sit on the bed with those clothes. But it's, yeah, she's almost 10.
She's always done it.
Yeah.
So, but right now she doesn't jump up onto the bed in the RV because it's too tall.
Yeah, it's way too high for her.
And just given this, she may not jump up all that often here either.
Yeah.
But if she does, she does. I mean, she's 10.
She gets to live or sleep where she wants. We do have a dog bed for her. It will go probably right here.
Probably right where the camera is stationed.
We'll probably have one for her in the living room as well, but at the foot of the bed and then by the couch, even though she prefers the couch.
Yeah.
She'll jump up on the couch. Our couch is very low to the ground. I almost forgot. It's been, almost 5 years since we've sat in that couch. Yeah. Hi, sweet girl.
You asked if I happened to see any more clutches of eggs from
the barnyard.
The barnyard mixes. So you know about the pile that's underneath the tricycles.
Yes.
There's also the pile where Betty Jane lays, which is on the porch on the swing.
Oh, those are all Betty Janes, aren't they?
I don't know. They're all the same looking ones.
Yeah.
So there's probably 8 or 9 up there on the swing.
Yeah, I don't know how old they are, so I can't use those for incubator.
Yeah, but that's another area that they're laying.
Yeah, I have a bunch of customer orders. A lot of people have been requesting my barnyard mix, which I find interesting since I do offer purebred dogs. Purebred chickens.
We're not offering anything.
We're not breeding dogs. We're not doing that.
No.
That's something I've never wanted to get into. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm trying to think what else we did. We were busy. I think it was just a lot of small projects and
lots of running around.
Yeah, lots of just, we tried to get that bookshelf in. There's a bookshelf in the master bedroom that we tried to figure out. So we played around with that a little bit. And then we ended up going back to Lowe's because we didn't like the way it looked. So we're trying to figure out, is there an alternative or is there a way we can fix it?
I think we're going to custom make shelves. I think we have an idea of what we want to do and it'll look really good. It should look really good. So
we think it will.
That'll be down the road, not immediately.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I'll put trim in the area that it's at, so that at least it's a finished area.
Yeah.
And then we're trying to get all of the rooms done on their own, basically.
Yeah.
So starting with the master bath or bed and bath. So that's why we're working.
Closet.
The closet is shelving, right?
Well, at least the trim should be finished.
Depends on how we're doing shelving.
Okay.
Is how we're going to do trim. So I'm going to wait on that.
Okay.
So once we figure out shelving in the closet, then I can either do trim or not do trim.
Okay. Yeah, we've talked about using the bookshelves that used to be in the living room, the library as bases for closets, and then putting the shelves, and then we could put poles in between them, like tension rods. Probably not tension though, because clothes get heavy. So with some hooks or something. So we've talked about a couple different designs, and we've looked at a couple different ideas because it's a small walk-in closet. It's not a huge walk-in closet, but it also has our electric panel in there. So we do have to obviously go around that and be careful, which is fine because our last closet, we did the exact same thing with our master walk-in closet. And we built, we actually had to be careful for 2 things, the oil heater, the oil furnace, also
the panel wasn't there. The panel was in the washer.
That's right.
Washroom.
It was the oil
But
tank.
it was the turn-off valve for the oil tank to the oil burning furnace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically a room at a time. So finishing up the master, and then
so it's going to be a little bit for another reveal video. Just in case y'all are thinking that we have the whole house ready and we've just been quiet about it. We don't.
No, still working on it. And
Still working.
I put trim up around the outside of the master bedroom door, and then I'll work my way down the hall, and I'm going to go into the main room and get all the trim there, and then move all the stuff that's in the office, so I can finish
second
it.
bedroom.
Or the other room. Yeah. So we're just kind of working our way around. Oh, that's what I was going to mention. So we bought.
Oh my goodness.
2022.
Yep.
Oh man, this has been my life. we bought a bathroom vanity and sink. Is it a vanity sink?
It's a vanity and a sink.
Yeah.
36-inch cabinet with a ceramic sink in it.
Yeah. And we bought that in 2022.
On clearance.
Which was a good deal.
That's how we roll.
Yep. And then we stuck it in the carport, and because we really thought that we were going to be
putting lipstick on a pig and just moving in quickly.
Yeah, which we've said many times before.
Yep.
So anyway, we put it in the carport along with the other stuff for the house for when we're ready for it. So this weekend we started digging that stuff out because I needed to know. Yeah, Katie did. I said, "Hey, Katie, can you help me out and go go get all the vanity and stuff like that that's going to go in the bathrooms, so I can figure out how much trim I'm doing. And I knew that it was going to be a project, and I didn't want to do it, so I asked Katie to do it.
Yep. And like 5 minutes later, I come out and I'm like, babe, you do realize that those are in the back corner, and there are stuff stacked and piled on top of them that I have to move.
Yep.
So I can potentially get the one item he wanted was in the very bottom with all the heavy stuff either in front of it or on top of it.
Yep.
Yeah, it was great. Very nice of him. Really appreciated that.
Yeah, so we got that out. Well, it turns out that it got really damaged.
Yeah.
It got water damage because heavy rain, sometimes it'll overflow the gutters because I haven't cleaned the gutters. And then it'll soak up into the wood chips that are in there. And then that will soak up to the cardboard box, and then it soaks up into the
And we had
vanity.
even put a piece of plywood, but we found that there had been so much water damage that the piece of plywood, when I stepped on it, my foot went through it.
Yeah.
So I just didn't realize there was that much water damage back there.
So we ended up deciding to not use that because it would have looked really bad because it's that MDF particle board sides. It's not like true wood.
Yeah.
And so it soaked it up, and it looks like
Wavy
and bubbly, and and it's not repairable. So that then brought us back to Lowe's to look at the same things, and oh my goodness, the prices have just, we all know that prices are just ridiculous.
There's no way. We were like, we cannot afford that.
Cannot do that. So started looking online and trying to find other sources for it, and I think we have one coming, one for each bathroom coming next week.
Oh, because we had another one so we had bought on clearance again 3 years ago. We had bought it's basically a TV stand or a cabinet of sorts, storage. It's not technically a vanity, and we knew that. What I didn't realize was how skinny it was. So when we did the math on the sinks, and it just seemed like it was going to be too tight. It was only like 14 or 15 inches.
12 and a half.
Oh, 12 and a half.
Yeah, it was
way too skinny.
34 or whatever wide, but deep is only 12 and a half.
40. It was a lot longer.
And it's only 12 and a half or 13 deep, which is not a lot of surface area.
And our sinks are 12 by 16s, so it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe we didn't catch that. I can believe it, but it's one of those where it's like, oh my gosh, okay. So then ended up needing 2 new cabinets for sinks, and we went back and forth, and we looked Home Depot, Lowe's, all sorts of different home goods places, pretty much anywhere local that had cabinetry, and the prices are just insane. It was going to be well over $700 just for 2 simple 36-inch cabinets. And so then we started looking in like the kitchen section. It's like, well, let's just look at a sink base or, something, and we'll do something different. So then we started brainstorming, and we kind of were like, we love the way the doors turned out.
Yeah.
We love the stain. Like, there's just something about it that we both really, really love, and like the ceilings. And so then we started like spitballing, what if we just get just a cabinet base and put a wood top, a pine wood top or a plywood, and stain it that same color.
Yeah, a really nice slab of wood that basically would be like butcher block type stuff, but not butcher block. And stain it, seal it, and then put the sink. Because they're surface mounted sinks.
Yeah, they're vessels, so they go right on top.
Yeah.
And so we decided to do that, and then, I was getting a little bold with trying things besides white, so so we're excited, and I have 2 on order, so hopefully they will be here next week, and we'll be able to continue progress.
Yep. Yeah, progress will continue, but
we were
nice.
hoping to get the bathroom done.
I need to know where the cabinets are going to sit on the wall, so I know where to end the trim, because the trim can't go behind the cabinets, otherwise they stick out from the wall.
Yeah.
And it's just a weird gap.
Yeah.
So But we have been working on the tub area today, so that way we can get the tub in place, the tub and the spout and all that kind of stuff. And then once the cabinet, the sink and stuff like that comes in, we get that in, and then the master bathroom will be done, unless we are going to do something special to the ceiling.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think so I can show the wallpaper.
Oh yeah.
So I'm kind of being a little bold. I think I'm being bold. You guys are probably like, oh, that's so chill. For me, this is bold because I'm not a huge, crazy, colory person, and I'm definitely not a wallpaper gal, but I found this on clearance. And so I really like it. It goes with our colors, black, white, gray. And so this is going to be on the wall that all of the cabinets, so basically it's a toilet, a big vanity, and then the tub is kind of off to the side here. So it'll be right as you walk in the door. This will be floor to ceiling. We have enough of it. And then you go to the tub, and the tub is going to have a tile surround.
You can show them, it's right there.
Yeah. And then, well, I figured we could just maybe end it with showing them that little sneak peek, maybe.
That.
Since we didn't film it today.
Well, I was going to reveal it in the video, but that's fine.
These are our special viewers. So this is the tile that will surround the tub. And so it looks something like that. Just simple subway tile, nothing crazy. But yeah, I think it looks really pretty.
I like it. Yeah, we were trying to figure out how to get it level and straight, and so I guess we'll show them.
Yeah, let's just show them. It's pretty.
Let's see here. All right. Yeah, so that's what we've done so far. So it'll wrap around back over here, and then it'll wrap around basically the same length as this one here will be here, and then the tub, of course, just sits right there. I'm standing in the tub.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's what we've been working on today. But I think it looks really good.
Yeah, it turned out really nice.
Yeah, and some of the little imperfections will be hidden because it's behind a tub.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I think that's
that.
I think that's that for today. We got the tomatoes propped up, staked up because they were drooping pretty bad, and I clipped them pretty aggressively because they were pretty bushy and just all over the place. Lots of suckers and lots of Y branching and stuff like that. So I staked them up, clipped them, and so that way they can start growing up. But already have little flowers on them. Nice. Our peppers already have peppers growing off of them.
Yay.
And
oh yeah, and we have to get to spend a day outside when the rain stops and when when we have a good break, or we need to take a break in the house and do some tilling in the new garden area, because we have a bunch of sweet potatoes and cantaloupe starts and regular potatoes that we need to get in the ground. So, and then I have some more raised garden beds that I need to build. So that's going to be another, hopefully, we like to try to go back and forth between some outside work and some inside work, because sometimes it gets monotonous.
You're telling me.
So, yeah, and also, sometimes it's just, you need to clear your head. If you get stuck on something or you get frustrated with something, it's good to just be like, you know what, I'm gonna stop.
Yep.
And I'm gonna transition to this one, switch gears, and then, yeah, I think we found that's very helpful for us. Mm-hmm. It's like today I was gonna start doing the tile, and I was really struggling with it. Like, I just could not figure out how to get it to touch.
it's not that. You would have been able to, as I progressed, it got really easy.
It got easy? It was just that
It was
piece?
just that initial, like, how do I make this work?
Yeah.
Because the tiles are a little bit flexible the way that they're joined together.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have it in a perfectly straight line, then your next join is a little bit off, but then you can kind of manipulate that. But then if you do that too much, then it can
Really
get
far
really
off.
far off. But once I got the one in and figured out, oh, I can get the top row nice lined up and I can kind of push the bottom row into place and it fits, and it's like, oh, that actually worked out really well.
Okay.
And just continue that. So you would have figured it out, but
Yeah.
we both know that I'm pretty particular, pretty precise.
Yeah. And I was really nervous that if there was a gap, he would never, ever, ever let it go.
And there is a gap, and it's my fault, and that's all I can blame.
And I prefer that way.
Yeah. So, all right, we will see you guys on tomorrow.
On the tomorrow.
On the tomorrow.
On the Tomorrowland.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.